Hey y'all, it's your friend D, and in this video, I'm going to take you along with me to my local Dollar Tree, Walmart, and Target to find out what's new for the holidays. So I'm at a brand new Dollar Tree. This one has only been open for about a week, and all of these items in the small village or the miniature village section are $1.25. They have the garden gnome Christmas figurines and the cobblestone figurines, a lot of miniature trees, different colors, as well as the little fences for the houses. And they had several houses. Now, Dollar Tree houses are not my preferred scale. I like Department 56 or Max, and they can get pricey. So for $1.25, this is a good deal if you're on a budget. And the houses don't look that bad. And they actually come pre-lit. I'm not sure if you have to put a battery in or if it comes with a battery. I forgot to double check that. But I do think I'm going to get a few of these and do a DIY. Now we're in Walmart and I found these musical jukebox ornaments. They do play several songs and they need batteries, but I thought these were really cute. They are a smaller version of one they had last year, which I did buy, and these are only $8.98. They also have a musical TV ornament that is $9.98, and it plays a few Christmas songs as well. And I thought this was a good size for the dollhouse if you wanted to go more with a retro vibe. I also found these miniature mugs. They're actually ornaments, but I thought they would be perfect for a smart doll or an 18-inch doll like American Girl or Our Generation. They are $2.48. There's a pink Santa. You saw the gingerbread man or gingerbread person. And there's a couple of other ones. You see the gnome, a looks like a boot, a snowman, the red Santa. So there's a variety. And I thought this Pac-Man arcade game for $4.98 was so cute. I think it'd be perfect for a Barbie Extra Mini or maybe the Rainbow High Littles. It is completely finished all the way around. You can see the game on the screen, the controls. It says Pac-Man with a graphic on both sides, and the back is just plain, but it is finished, it's painted. And there were some Disney princess ornaments. I saw Belle and Cinderella, and there's the Barbie ornament. So this is this year's holiday Barbie. I only saw the dark skin tone over in the ornament section, and these are all $9.48. So if you don't want to buy the regular doll in the toy section, you want to save a little money, you can get the ornament. And they also had Draculara. This is the only Monster High one that I found. Moving over into the movie section for ornaments, from A Christmas Story, they had the iconic leg lamp, and all of these ornaments are also $9.48. They had several Harry Potter ornaments, and I like these two different books that they had. There's two separate stacks of books, and I think they will look perfect in a dollhouse or in a little doll library. And these are $9.48 as well. And I know the movie Wicked is very popular right now, and they had the Elphaba figurine as well as the Glinda figurine for $9.48. They do have the couch from the sitcom Friends, and I have never watched one episode of this sitcom, so I'm just not familiar with it. Now I'm looking at the ornaments that are the smaller ones that come in multi-packs, and they are $2.48. And I was thinking that these were $1.98 last year. So I'm not sure if there's a different section with those ornaments in it, but some of these I remember seeing, like these red houses, and I think I bought those for $1.98. So they've increased in price by 50 cents. I didn't find much that I wanted to get. I think the little wreaths with the birds on them are cute, but I just didn't purchase those. I did purchase some of these trees last year and they held up pretty good. And these are only $3.97. These are 10-inch trees for your village. And they also have 13-inch ones for $4.97. And These are the 9-inch Christmas Village trees for $2.46. And there's also 6-inch ones for $1.28, as well as some 4-inch trees for 96 cents. And I feel like these can be used with any size doll. I really like these candles. They're battery operated and they are pretty large. I can't remember the height on these, but I think these can definitely be DIY'd. So now we're in Target and I'm looking at their miniature paper houses. I believe these are called Puts houses. Could be pronouncing that wrong, but they're just little houses with glitter over them and they're $5. But I think I'm just going to use these as inspiration to make my own, and they are battery operated. They also have these houses that are made from a pretty thick plastic and come in a variety of colors. And these don't have batteries. You have to put a battery operated candle or maybe some fairy lights inside, and they are only $5. I think these houses would be perfect to go along with some Barbie Land mini dolls. And I think here in a second, yeah, I'll show you the opening at the bottom where you can insert your lights. Now at this point, I'm trying to hurry, guys, because the Target employees were trying to stock the shelves. They were putting all the Christmas stuff out while I was filming, and I was trying to get out of their way because, you know, I know they have to work even though I want to shop. I found some more paper houses. I thought these were so cute and would be perfect for Barbie Land minis. And they have a little ski lodge and a little red house. Although I do think $10 is a little pricey. And there's this little wooden car that's also $10. I thought it was very cute. And maybe a Barbie Extra Mini could fit into this, or a Rainbow High Littles. I found another house. This one is made out of wood and it's $10. And I think $10 is a little pricey for this. So definitely can use it as inspiration and possibly make my own. Now I was really excited to find these little ski jackets. I've actually been on the hunt for the sweaters. Every year I look for those and I can never find them. So I was happy to see these little jackets for $3, and they come in 3 different colors. I found some more paper houses. These are similar to the first ones I showed you, and these are a lot smaller and only $3. Target does have the Pac-Man arcade game, but get it at Walmart. It was under $5. Here it's $8. The Wicked figurines are also just a few cents more at Target than they are at Walmart. I did purchase a few items from each store, but I'm not going to be able to share them all in this video. It would just make it way too long. So I'm going to share the things from Target. The first item from Target is this Barbie Pez dispenser. It is not with the Christmas items. I found it in the clearance Halloween section. It was only 65 cents. There are 4 in this collection, but my Target only had the curly haired Barbie left. You get 3 packs of candy, a lemon, cherry, and an orange. And if I'm remembering correctly, I did not like this candy as a kid. Here's our Pez dispenser. And I really love the face on this figure. She has a huge afro, and you can see all of the curls that are molded into her hair. She has a very natural look. There's not a lot of makeup, but she does have some pink lipstick on. She has a silver chain with a B for Barbie, and it looks like her clothes are actually the tops to an overall. I see some buckles, but it's all pink molded together. And both sides of the dispenser says Pez, and of course it has the Pez feet. I'm not going to insert the candy into the Pez because I'm not going to eat it and I think it'll be a waste. So I'm just going to give this candy away. But you would normally open up the candy, pull up your Pez dispenser, insert the candy into this section, and then whenever you want a piece, you pull it back and it will dispense 1 piece of candy. And of course, I got the ski jacket. I only got the blue one, and I'm kind of kicking myself for not getting the other colors, but I wanted to make sure that it fit my dolls. So it comes with these 2 skis attached to it, and I think there's a hanger also inside. and it has a hood. So it looks really, really nice. So I'm hoping that our doll can fit this. It is glued together here, so I'll have to slowly pry that apart. So let's see if we can get this on our doll. The hanger was very easy to get out. Mine wasn't even glued in. Here's the jacket on Tanya, and it actually fits pretty well. The sleeves are not too short. I wish they were just a little bit longer, but I think she can pull it off. And to get the skis off, I just used my hair dryer on a low heat setting, and that was enough to loosen the glue up, and it came right off. There is still a little bit of residue left from it. You can kind of see the line right here. So I'm not sure how to get rid of that. And I also used my hair dryer to open up the seam here because it was just glued together. And you can see they did stitch this side, but once you take the glue out, this side is not stitched down. So I'll have to go back and do that. And you do have this faux fur around the cuffs and around the bottom of the jacket, as well as on the hood. The fur continues around the back of the jacket, and this hood is not going to fit over your doll's head. Well, it might if your doll has less hair than Tanya, but because of the way her hair is made, it's not going to fit right. But I still like the way it kind of wraps around her. And also, we can probably flip it down and she can wear it like this. So for $3, I think this is a good buy because my dolls did not have any winter jackets. I still have to find those sweaters though. And we can always use the skis as wall art. Ah! And it didn't happen because nobody saw it. I also got this deer. It was $5 and I had footage of these, but I lost it. It came in several colors. The houses that I showed you that were gold and silver, it came in the same colors as those houses. So I'll put those houses on the screen somewhere so you can see those colors. But I loved this and I thought it was a good size for the dolls. And here's the tag for the deer. It's part of their Wonder Shop collection. And it does have some pretty tall antlers. Here's the deer next to a doll, and you can see it is a pretty good size. Now, I think a buck with antlers like this would probably be a lot bigger than Tanya in real life. I was originally looking for a deer that was more realistic looking, but for $5, I think this will work, and I might try to paint it. And a quick note about the deer, I'm just now realizing that the gold does flake off. So if you want to keep it this color, I would suggest you spray it with a clear coat. I did not get any of the little paper houses, but I do want to try to make one really quick. I'm going to make a simple version of the paper houses that I saw in Target. I'm going to start with a piece of paperboard from a cereal box that is 5.5 inches by 2.5 inches. I've drawn lines to separate my paperboard into 5 sections. The first 2 sections are each a 1/2 inch. The next section is 2 inches, then another 1/2 inch, and then 2 inches. These will make the sides and the front of the house. I drew another line. This one is 1.5 up from the bottom, and this is going to help me figure out where my roof is going to be. For the roof of my house, I want to find the center of the larger 2-inch sections. So I'm going to eyeball it, but I will go back and measure it. Now that I know where my center is in my larger areas, I'm going to connect this point to this corner here. And that's going to give me my roof line. And I will go back and clean this up with my ruler, but just to show you guys really quick, you should end up with something like this. Now that I know where my roof line is, there are several areas above this line that I drew that I don't need anymore. So I marked them with an X so I'll know exactly what I need to cut away. Now I can figure out where I want the door and the windows to my house. I'm going to make mine very simple. I'll have a door in the middle and a window on each side of the door. I drew my doors on and I will be cutting these out, but for my door, I had some extra paperboard, so I just cut my door out of that. So the door will have more dimension, and I'm just going to glue that in place after I paint all of the pieces. So for now, I'm going to put this aside. I'm keeping these pieces that I cut out of the window because I'm going to cut them in half and they're going to become the shutters. Now I'm able to fold the house. I'm going to score along the lines that we drew earlier. I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and lightly score down the lines. I don't want to cut through. I just want to be able to bend the paperboard. Now that I can fold the house, I'll be able to glue it together, but not just yet. But when we do get ready to glue it together, you see that extra flap that we created? It's going to glue to the back of the house. For the roof of the house, I have a piece of paperboard that is 3.5 inches by 1.25 inch. I separated the cardboard into 3 sections by coming up a 1/2 inch, drawing a line across, coming up another 1/2 inch and drawing another line. Now I need to find the center of the piece. I've drawn my line down the center, and now I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and score all of these lines that I've created. Now I can bend these outer sections, and I can bend it in the middle. Now that I've got it scored, I will continue to cut through the middle line up to our middle section. So I'll show you in just a second. So I cut all the way through this first section here. The middle section is still attached and can bend. And I cut through this back section. So those 2 sections are going to overlap and help us create the roof. Before I start painting and gluing all of the sections together, I'm going to do a little bit of tracing on my roof. I want the front of the roof to look like there's maybe snow or some ice hanging. So this larger section here, I'm going to just start sketching out some little snow, similar to what we saw on the houses at Target. And some are going to be longer than others, and I'll probably need to fold it to get an idea of how the snow would hang here in the middle. And I just hit my camera. So I'll play around with this and then I'll go and cut this out. So I think I got something that I'm happy with. So it'll overlap and I'll have my little snow hanging down. So now I have the main part of the house, the roof, my door, and the pieces for the shutters. I'm going to paint everything separately and then glue them together. I have all of my pieces painted, and I just went in with a light coat of paint because I am going to cover these all in glitter. So we'll get to that in just a second. Now I need to cover the inside of my windows so you don't see the paperboard. And I just did a light coat on the inside also just in case. But I'm going to cover my windows with some parchment paper. I'm just going to glue that in place. I have my parchment paper glued on. I used Mod Podge for this. I just didn't think the hot glue would stick good enough to the parchment paper. And here's what it looks like from the other side. Now I'm going to fold the house together and glue the side down, and I'll start gluing the other pieces on. So I'm ready to put my glitter on, and I just realized I do not have any white glitter. So I'm going to have to go with silver. I also wanted my door and my shutters to be blue, and I don't have any blue glitter. So I'm going to go in with this light pink for the main part of the house. And for the shutters, I'm going to go in with a darker pink. And I will be using Mod Podge to apply the glitter. I'm using an old paintbrush to apply the Mod Podge. So my house is almost finished, but as I was putting the glitter on, I decided I wanted to add on to the house. So I didn't put glitter on this side. So I have a piece of paperboard that is 2¼ by 1 inch, and I've already cut out the piece I'm going to use because I wasn't sure if it was going to work. But what I did was divide that piece into 5 sections. So the larger sections are a 1/2 inch wide, and then you have the 1/4 inch here on the side. I think I trimmed it down just a little bit, so it may be shy of a 1/4 inch. After dividing it into my sections, I counted over 3 from the right side, so 1, 2, 3. From the top, I came down a 1/4 inch, drew my line, and then just drew a diagonal to the top of these 2 sections on the side of it. So now I have this piece, and I scored along these lines, and now I can fold this, and I have that little 1/4 inch flap there that I'll glue, and that's going to give me a piece for the side of the house. Now this is optional. I decided, of course, after I'd already started painting this, that I want to do this section. Here's the finished house, and this took me less than an hour to complete. The glue and the paint took the longest because I had to wait for them to dry, but I like the way it came out. And these are just some trees from the Dollar Tree, and the base is just foam board, and the little wreath is just some paperboard that I cut into a circle and added green glitter. You can customize this any way you want to, and you can also add lights. So my friends, those are all of the items that I found at my local store. And remember, stores are still being stocked, so you might be able to find these items plus more. And remember, if you have any questions about anything in this video, please leave it in the comments below. I will try my best to answer your questions. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I'll see you next time, my friends. Bye-bye.